Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got quite a bit to talk about in this video. Pretty good free-to-play weekend has just begun on Steam. Wanted to let you guys know about that as soon as possible so you could take advantage of that for as long of a window as you can. Also, Discord is introducing its own game store. It's already in beta, so if you want to buy games from Discord, you can do so now. The market for buying games on PC is getting really flooded. We've got all of these different services from Steam, the Microsoft Store, Origin, Uplay, the Discord Store, GOG, and all the other e-tailers. There are a lot of places to buy games, and I'm interested to see how far Discord can take their game store. Of course, Twitch also has their game store. So yeah, a lot of options. You guys know how I feel about my games being segmented through different platforms. Not my favorite thing in the world, but I know for competition it's the best. I do have my skepticism on how far the Discord store is gonna go, though. On top of that, it looks like there will finally be a brand new Torchlight game, but it looks a little bit different, although the description of the game does make me think it's a traditional Torchlight game. And I do want to talk about the new asynchronous shader that the PS3 Emulator has implemented. Has made some stuttering on that emulator go away, and through a lot of support, that emulator continues to make a ton of progress. So I'll cover that quickly at the end of this video, but first up, let's take a look at this free weekend, and that is for Hunt Showdown. Over on Steam, you can download it and play it for the next 3 days. Hunt Showdown is a game that I am a little familiar with. It is an early access title. I haven't played it all too much, but it's described as a competitive first-person PvP bounty hunting game with heavy PvE elements from the makers of Crysis. It is developed by Crytek, and visually, this is what you would expect out of a Crytek game. It's a very pretty game to look at, and it had quite a bit of hype around its release back in February. Again, its early access release, but it seems to have died off a little bit. On top of this free weekend, you can enjoy a 20% off discount on it, so if you want to get the game a little bit cheaper to own, you can do that as well. Currently, there are about 3,000 players online, but as more people become aware that the game is free to play for the weekend, I imagine that number to skyrocket, so check it out for yourself. If you're wondering about the system requirements, let's go over those real quick too. An i5 at 2.7 GHz is minimum, or a Ryzen 3 1200. 8 GB of RAM is minimum, and then on the GPU side, it's a GTX 660 Ti or an R9 370. On the recommended side, you're looking at an i5 at 3.2 GHz, a 6th generation one is specified, or an AMD Ryzen 5 1400. 12 GB is recommended RAM, and then on the GPU, you're looking at a GTX 970 4GB or an AMD R9 390X. So pretty beefy system requirements on that end, and if you're looking to play the game at like 4K, yeah, you're gonna need considerably better specs. But even still, you can try out the game free this weekend, just give it a download. Moving on from that, I've been talking a lot recently about games being segmented across a lot of different platforms. We talked about Fallout 76 not being on Steam just a few days ago. That is going to be exclusive to the Bethesda store, and it looks like Discord is also going to be getting into the game store business. They are implementing a Discord store where you can buy a bunch of different games. It is in beta right now. Games that were pictured include titles like Banner Saga 3, Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, Frostpunk, Into the Breach, Hollow Knight, and Dead Cells. There are going to be games that are first on Discord, indie titles that they've helped bring to life. So here's what they said about that. Supporting indie games pushes the boundary of creative game design and is important to innovation and the long-term health of the industry. Of course, we think games are really cool too. To be very clear, first on Discord games are temporarily exclusive. They're literally first on Discord, usually 90 days, and then the developers can sell anywhere else they want. This beta won't have any first on Discord titles, but we'll be showing off some soon. There is also going to be one convenient library, so this is cool that they're doing that. Discord can scan your computer, then you'll be able to launch any of the games through Discord even if they require another launcher. Discord will boot the other launcher and then the game. This way you don't have to worry about which game boots from where. And probably the most interesting thing about this is that Discord Nitro is getting boosted. So just like PlayStation Plus, just like Xbox Live Games with Gold, just like Twitch Prime, Discord is now adding their own slew of monthly titles that you will get access to. If you don't know, Discord Nitro is $4.99 a month or $49.99 for the year. And now you are getting a couple of games. Here are the games coming with your Discord Nitro subscription at launch, and they're pretty freaking good. Saints Row the Third, the full package, Saints Row 4 Game of the Century Edition, Metro Last Light Redo, Lost Horizon, Darksiders, Darksiders 2, Kathy Rain, Goner, Kingdom New Lands, System Shock Enhanced Edition, Super Meat Boy, and Bridge Constructor. Again, it's $4.99 and there will be new games every month. I would just imagine, don't expect every month to be as good as this month. Usually they start off with heavy hitters and then they get progressively a little bit weaker, but still they try to maintain maintain a certain level of quality. So let me know if this is something you guys are interested in. The only thing that turns me off a little bit is that first on Discord, 90-day exclusivity to Discord as a platform. Not a big fan of that, but I guess they do need something to differentiate their platform from other services, so I can understand from a business sense why they are doing that. Moving on from that, there will finally be a brand new Torchlight game. It has been so long since the release of Torchlight 2, and now we are getting a new game in Torchlight Frontier. Now, what exactly is Torchlight Frontier? Well, there's an official announcement trailer, and based on that announcement trailer, you really can't tell much, but it does look like this game will be a little bit different. Set in the same beloved universe as Torchlight 1 and 2, the shared world action RPG brings back many of the franchise's signature features and mechanics that captured the hearts of ARPG fans around the world. Led by former Runic Games and Blizzard North co-founder Max Schaefer, the team developing Torchlight Frontier is comprised of veteran developers who are responsible for the games that define the ARPG genre, including the original Diablo and Torchlight franchise. Torchlight Frontiers combines the heart of the beloved Torchlight series with a shared, persistent, and dynamically generated world. In true Torchlight style, players will team up with friends and devoted pets to hack and slash their way through a vibrant world. Discover ancient ruins of lost civilizations and brave dungeons filled with riches and dangerous creatures. Additional details about Torchlight Frontiers will be revealed at a later date. If you guys know me, you know how much I love Torchlight 1 and 2. I thought Torchlight 2 was a better game than Diablo 3. Diablo 3 has become a better game since I originally said that, but you get the idea. I just thought Torchlight 2 was a really good game that you could sink so many hours into, and it was a game that had quite a bit of popularity when it was released, so I'm surprised that it took this long for a new Torchlight game to come to fruition, but it looks like it'll finally be happening, and it will be coming in 2019. I'm very excited for that. If you guys have never played Torchlight, you really should fix that as soon as possible. If you're into dungeon crawling RPGs, you can get them super cheap, around $3 to $5 during a Steam sale, depending on if you get Torchlight 1 or 2. Again, Torchlight Frontiers looks to be available in 2019. We should be getting details about it soon.
Everything in their path. Shambling, unearthed dead, clutching at the living. Unspeakable horrors from beyond the grave. They all outnumber us, and they've cornered us. But they've also underestimated us. And now, you are here. Remember, Torchlight! Free the frontiers!
And lastly, RPCS3, the PlayStation 3 emulator, is implementing asynchronous shader. They've got a huge blog post about it of going what exactly this new implementation is doing, but it is improving quality of life. However, they even mentioned that it is far from perfect. Lower-end CPUs might lose some performance when the decompiler is active and even hitch and stutter slightly from time to time. Not as bad as before, but it's still a problem. There is also an issue of the missing graphics. This could be improved with approximation interpreters to loosely provide a placeholder program to assist in rendering. While much work remains to be done, hopefully these improvements will help many users and fans in running applications on the emulator. What this does, however, is it resolves graphical glitches very quickly. So if you have played on emulators before, you know that there are some graphical issues where some things go missing. That seemed to have been a major issue on RPCS3, but this helps out a lot. They've got some footage over on the blog post, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below. RPCS3 has made a ton of progress. A big reason for that is thanks to all the support they're getting on Patreon. So if you are impressed with the work, maybe consider supporting them over there, because that's when the progress on this emulator really started to ramp up, and hopefully by the end of 2019 this is a legitimate thing and we could be playing games like Persona 5 on this emulator. If Sega decides to never release it on PC, this could be a good alternative. But again, I'll leave the full blog post in the description box down below. That's gonna conclude this video, guys. Again, Hunt Showdown is free to play for the weekend. You've got the next 3 days to try out that game. On top of that, if you end up enjoying the game, you can enjoy a 20% off discount, so you'll get it for $24. Discord is introducing their own game store. What do you think about that? First on Discord, they're gonna have exclusivity to some indie games for 90 days. They're improving the Nitro service. You're gonna be getting some games with that if you are a Discord Nitro subscriber. It seems like a lot of guys are doing that, and you will be able to buy games directly from Discord. And best of all, in my opinion, Discord will be scanning your computer, and you can use it as one unified platform to play all your games. Torchlight is getting a brand new game with Torchlight Frontiers. We still don't know much about it, but it's more Torchlight, and I can definitely say yes to that. It's been a long time since Torchlight 2, so it's about time we get Torchlight Frontiers. And lastly, RPCS3 continues to make progress. Asynchronous shader has just been implemented. Again, full blog post of that in the description box down below. That's gonna conclude this one. If you guys have a request for a future video, leave it in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. This video is brought to you by the new Humble Monthly. Get Tales of Berseria, Sniper Elite 4, and Staxel for just $12 along with the rest of the bundle that's gonna unlock on the first Friday of September. Alternatively, if you don't want any of those early unlocks, you can get Rise of the Tomb Raider instead as an early unlock ahead of Shadow of the Tomb Raider's release in September. And once again, if you decide to get Rise of the Tomb Raider, the rest of the bundle will unlock on the first Friday of September. Just $12 for all that content, and on top of that, you get access to the Humble Trove and 10% off everything in the Humble store. Check out the link in the description box below.